Hi, I'm Mayor Kegan Schmicker with our next episode of the Tipton Thrives podcast. And today we've got an exciting and I guarantee a funny episode with Jackwagon Car Club. We have Heath Moreland and Brian Roberts with us today. I just want to jump right in and start with the name. And if I can, because you hear the term Jackwagons, it's always, maybe my father has called me that on time or two. So
Sure.
I had to look it up, and I just want to ask, there's a couple different definitions.
Okay.
So I just want to be very clear to our audience members exactly what definition you're sticking with. So,
Sure.
Of course, jackwagon is a slang term. Sometimes definition 1, loser, someone who is totally worthless.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
Definition 2,
Yep.
lame, whiny, pathetic, sissy punk, looking for a pity party.
That's part of them too.
Someone who annoys the crap out of you, very rude.
That's absolutely a good one.
Or the last definition, a person who does not understand how to drive according to the rules of the road. Which of those definitions could you be very specific so we know for our
Probably
audience?
say all of those.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's actually a combination of all of it.
The most appropriate answer would be yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think you covered it all very well.
Yeah.
Well, of course, as you guys know and have been educating me, in fact, just a few months ago, Brian, you were talking to me about the quarter mile.
Quarter mile.
Quarter milers, yep.
Car clubs are not new to Tipton County. In fact, it's got a significantly rich history.
Yeah.
So if you can, briefly, sort of talk about that. Why maybe even from your members' perspective, why it's been so important and why this, I think, renaissance really in the car
Keith
club.
can hit that better than I can because I'm not actually from here, but I hear
Sure.
the story. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, so my dad and my uncles were actually in that club.
Wow.
And so I am almost 52. There's pictures of me probably 7 years old. And they would do 2 or 2.5 day car shows inside the 4-H building.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in fact, there's even a story, and it is legit. They had hired Porter Wagner and Dolly Parton to come perform at one of their car shows.
Really?
And from the time that they signed their contract to when the event was, Dolly blew up huge. And so, as the guys have told us,
Right.
Vic Brown and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it was the only time that the car show was ever shoulder to shoulder. It was packed.
Wow.
But yeah, so I mean, even 45, 50 years ago, car guys were getting together.
Yeah.
Of course, quarter milers, kind of the connotation of that would be drag racing.
Sure.
So there was multiple guys that had drag cars around the area.
Wow.
But there were some other guys that had show cars. I don't know if you've heard the name tossed around, Steve Tansey.
Yeah.
But Steve Tansey is just a world-renowned car builder. And then his buddy, Glenn Yeary. Glenn Yeary was kind of his right-hand man. And both of them were phenomenal car builders in their own right. Both of them were phenomenal painters in their own right.
Yeah.
they actually have a famous car that's still down in North Carolina now. It's the Coke machine.
Yeah.
It's got Coke sides to it, to a machine.
Yeah.
Really?
It's really cool.
Yeah, so it's a roughly, I don't know, probably about a 1928 like Model A, but it's been customized, and the side doors has got the old Coca-Cola machine doors.
Yeah.
It's for $300,000, it's yours.
Yep, and it was built right here though. In this area.
Built right here. That's
then,
phenomenal.
But yeah, so they would go up to Bunker Hill and do drag racing, but they would also host car events, and then as we've got to know them even deeper than 7-year-old me. And by the way, they did have a clubhouse down on Sweetland Avenue. My memories as a little guy is walking into the pool table and being too little to look up over the pool table.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, they would do car shows, and as we've spoken with Vic and the guys, they were already backing different events and youth events, and so again, long before the jackwagon. Lame idiots that can't drive and obey the rules of the road. That stuff's been happening here in Tipton for a long time.
Yeah.
It did go dead for a while, where just a few of them parked uptown, and as we traveled around and seen it in our journey, we said, let's get that started back up.
Yeah, so that's a great segue. You guys have been now operating under this new car club for how many years? 3?
Yeah, this is our third.
Yeah.
Third year?
Third full year.
And so the I mean, from day one, it just seemed like there was automatic or just naturally this support. Folks who, of course, have the cars, and of course, when you own a car like that, you revel in that opportunity to show it off. But how has that response been from the community, resurrecting this car club and recruiting folks to participate?
I think the first cruise in we had 2 years ago, we had 40 some cars, but it was really cool because you had the old guys that came up here, and Heath and I talk about, when they parked and we're going and the smiles on their faces of being able to actually go downtown and park. There for a while, I guess, or back in the day, there was a rift. They wouldn't let them park downtown no more.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and it kind of went away, whatever, in the 60s, 70s, all that. So they probably do it during breeding Jackwagons.
Oh, yeah.
But just sitting back and seeing the smiles on their faces, and it still tickles you to this day.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. It's been really cool to see the support. I think I've told you that the cruise-ins, we average getting people from just over 30 towns and cities. So, I mean, people love downtown. In fact, when I started helping the Pork Festival and wanted to move the Pork Festival show from the park into downtown, I kind of got threatened, So they love the park for that show, but for the cruise-ins, they love our courthouse. We go to places where you might have to walk 2 blocks to get to a restaurant. You literally walk across the road here. Or in the case of the Mad Tap, you just walk up the corner. So
that's the other thing, too. People would always say, we're so glad that Tipton is back in the car scene. And, I mean, that's it. That's been like, wow, that's kind of cool. So then you start, again, go back to the history of it, right? You start learning and seeing the cool people it came over when they were probably in their 20s and 30s and now 70s, 80s with their cars. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so over that time, of course, gaining some more attention, more support. As you've mentioned, you guys are attracting folks from 30-plus communities across the state, which is where my interest lies. This is a great opportunity to introduce people to the city of Tipton. Who doesn't love a car show? I mean, just to take kids or other family members and see the interesting cars that I've certainly – maybe I saw some of these when I was young, but mostly in magazines and TV shows, and to see these works of art, and you can see the passion invested in those. So talking now, we're getting ready to head into car show season, right? Weather's turning. You wouldn't know it today, but a little windy and cold, but right around the corner, you guys have a show coming up, right? Here in May. Tell us a little bit about that.
Good, Brian.
Doing Friday night cruise-ins this year, right? So we'll be on the first Fridays. Our passion's always been, even when we did this 2 years ago, was we wanted to promote the city. And now we have the opportunity, right, to jump in with all these great entities downtown to show them off. And it's neat to watch people go, man, that's a neat store. And just no credit to ours. It's just getting people to come to our city. So the way that we've approached this is that we're doing this, and these people are guests of our town. How can we make them feel comfortable in our town and know that we're a giving town and a good town? That's the whole, in our opinion, the whole just move to that. But
and just to kind of dovetail off of that, from the jump, as car people that go all around the state, we drive 2.5 hours one way to go to car shows. And so we have that unique perspective of seeing the other towns and coming back home and being like, oh my goodness, Tipton has got so much to offer. People need to see this town. And so previously we've been on the third Friday, but when an opportunity came up to join up with the local shops on the first Friday, that's where our heart's been from the jump. And so so now we're going to do first Fridays when the shops are open. What one of my things is asking for volunteers is a way for Brian and I to break away, and anybody else in our core group, to make sure that we go and acknowledge, tip our hat, say hi, conversation to every person that's there. When they come, we want them to have an experience in Tipton. Now, we want it to be cool like an event, but we want them to leave with the experience of coming to Tipton. And that's the shopping, that's the food, that's the cars, that's the band, that's the whole deal.
Yeah.
And I think part of it is even when we started this the first year, that's one thing that we made sure we did. Was once we parked in cars, we walked around and said, hey, we'll take constructive criticism. And sometimes you don't like to hear that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a kind of an ego kick to you.
Yeah.
But you have to open your eyes and say, you know what? Ego's out the door. These people are coming to our town. And we got to show them the best time we can. And stuff. That again, so then we flip to our sponsors that we pick up, right? How can we promote our sponsors for the least amount of money, but give them the best quality of showing that we can? And I don't know, but our
sponsors are amazing.
We've tripled this year, and so grateful for that. And you know, we just enjoy it. Now we're shooting videos at people's stores, and you're just doing crazy stuff. So you know, with the car show though, that night we'll start parking cars downtown about 4:30. And
no earlier. No earlier.
And then we got bands this year, and we're going to obviously promote our downtown. But we reached out for food trucks, so we got 2 local ones coming to the first one. Then after the next 3, we reached out, so we got a food truck coming from Fisher's. We're excited about the August. We'll get to that later, but we have a food truck coming from Lafayette that's just amazing. So we try to bring other people in. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have a band coming May 2nd?
Yeah,
the
so
first show?
The first one's Friday, May 2nd. The band will be the Time Travelers out of the Kokomo Galveston area. Anybody that was at the 4-H fair last year that might have went to see them, as a former band member, people come to me, oh, have you ever seen this band? And I had all kinds of people come, like, okay, they're on the list. You know,
absolutely.
So, and then Brian, the food trucks, I think you said
they're local that night. They're local, so it'll be Bogey's Tacos will be there.
Okay.
And is it ET Tenderloin?
ET Tenderloin.
Very good.
And then
right now the dessert truck I think is open.
Yeah, but we got, who else is that little?
Kiwanis.
Yep. We
Very
love the
good.
Kiwanis.
Oh,
They come
yes.
down. And
Right.
Them guys are great.
Yeah.
Hey, get up here every time,
Do a
right?
good
They're
job,
a nonprofit also.
Yep.
And help them out. We've opened a door for that. Just tell us. You want to come up? Come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I appreciate and what I like about the way you guys have just organically grown this, and through the success and excitement, now folks are reaching out to support, become sponsors. Before I transition to the sponsors, the way you're working collaboratively with the downtown community, you said by invitation, would you guys mind joining our event? Like we're now leveraging efforts from a variety of groups and concentrating in how can we not only leverage your audience with the car shows and the visitors to that, but then the activities are already taking place, already being programmed by the First Fridays group. Like now we're actually commingling maybe demographics that wouldn't otherwise commingle.
Absolutely.
Now the folks who would come to Horton's for the First Fridays maybe have never been to a car show, or just it's never hit now they're there, like, why wouldn't I? Because it's already an opportunity. And then conversely, your audience kind of like, we didn't come here to shop. We came for the car show, but again, when in Tipton, why not? So that's what I love about this.
The other factor is too, now the husband's got a reason to come to Tipton.
Yeah.
So now they can go out
Sure.
to
Or
eat.
vice versa.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Sure.
So we even thought about that factor.
Yeah.
Because there are guys, there are
it.
people that, there are a lot of wives that come with their husbands.
Yep.
And there's been a couple of times they've come and, the shops aren't open.
Right.
Well, now
Sure.
guess what?
Yep.
They're open.
Yep. Yeah.
And there was one car show we had last year. It was on a Saturday.
Yep.
And I'm not good with names here. The place right off the side there, the bargain place. Tim's.
Tim's. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tim's.
And the place on the south side, they were ecstatic on this one car show.
Yeah.
Because these people walk around their place,
Yeah, sure.
And I was like, that's what it's about, right?
Correct.
It's about growing again.
And since Tim's has even stocked some of those 10 signs that are all automotive based,
Oh, yeah.
he's got a whole car people out there go, but he's got a whole 2 or 3 shelves of just car stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Cool.
That's fantastic.
Right? That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
so, but yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too far ahead here on you, but one of the things I did want to say about the shopping and stuff like that in Tipton, we had an event where we were doing something downtown in December, And we had a couple ladies that came by that were from Muncie, and it was their first time ever being in Tipton to shop.
Wow.
And so they were asking, hey, are there any more shops down here? And they were pointing east down 28. And we're like, yeah, Urban Homestead and Anchored in Hope is down there.
Yeah.
And, of course, Second Blessings.
Yep.
My daughter's 26. She and her friends love to go thrifting.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, absolutely, there's more. And they're like, this is the best kept secret in all of Indiana.
That is fantastic.
So,
You hear that a lot.
Yeah.
More than I think people really need to hear that don't believe it.
Yep.
It's the truth. As far as car guys go, again, you talk about us going to other towns and
Yep.
stuff. This
And
town's
they know
got
you.
a little
Oh,
something.
you're the Tipton show. Yeah, it's humbling.
Cool.
It's like,
That is very cool. So then your sponsors have, I think maybe you said you tripled the number of supporters this year. How many folks do you got supporting the Jackwagon Car Club this year for?
Well, it's enough that I had to print off a list.
Yeah.
So, I mean, on top of being Jackwagons, and over 50, but Brian,
The thing of it is, you got locals as far as, and then we got people as far as Lafayette and Sheridan.
Oh,
We
so
got
it's not even just local.
Greentown. We got people that are calling us and saying, "Hey, we would like to get in
want
on
to
that."
be in on
This
like,
is really
Well,
interesting.
Who are you?
Yeah.
You know, and thank you. You know what I mean? Well, so and so said you got this. So it's like, wow. You know, we're doing this because we want to give back to our community and care.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool to see other people see that engagement in your community that wants to come and join us too.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, our first sponsor ever, we were starting to do more and more cruisings and stuff, and Brian got me using this product called Jack's Wax. It's a car show. It's a little bit above your Armor Rolls and your McGuire's and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so, but anyway, so he got me using it, and so we kind of had this little meeting about some ideas and like, hey, we want to support the kids in our area. We want to support the veterans in our area. And he our friend, our dealer.
He's on the speed dial.
Our dealer goes back to his shop owner, and they be Jack's Wax of Lafayette, just off of 26 there by the Walmart and 65. They were our first ever sponsor.
Wow.
And they've been on from the jump and are still on.
Wow.
And so now we have sponsors out of Sharpsville, Greentown, Sheridan. If you want to count our diamond sponsor this year is Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21.
Absolutely.
Now she has roots in Tipton.
Absolutely.
It goes beyond graduating from Tipton. She and I were in the same fifth grade play.
Oh.
Lisa played Georgie, Davy Crockett. I got you, girl. But yeah, so
Was you the bear?
no, ironically, Georgie actually stuttered, and the only time she didn't stutter was if she sang. So,
What?
I know.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm talking about.
So, time to up the voltage.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, we'll lose you. Listen, we started here too long. It'll be too. We're being good right now.
But yeah, so I mean, it's probably just as easy. And boy, I hope that I haven't forgotten anybody. But
Yeah, that list was outdated the moment you printed it, right? I mean,
Well,
folks are reaching out every day.
I had to tweak it.
As I told you, our email, we kind of oopsied.
Yep.
And then he's called and said, "Hey, this one group," and then I get on there, I'm like, "Oh wow, we got one that we didn't. We just throw it out there, right, to see if we can." And like, "Hey, here we are."
Yeah.
So
Dude.
and that just happened 2 weeks ago, 3
Couple
weeks
weeks ago.
Cool.
The nickname definitely fits. As we
are learning this.
as we tried to become more official and a little more streamlined and get some of that data collection down to one spot.
Yep.
As we were putting out sponsors, we decided to use the Jackwagons. It's Gmail, isn't it, or is it
Yahoo?
It's Yahoo.
Yeah.
See, I don't know it. So
I'm
trying to log into the wrong
email.
neither Brian nor I thought to put the mailbox on either one of our phones.
Yeah.
Somebody
Because that over 50 thing you were talking about.
I'm telling you. I'm writing a check today. But yeah, so a best one of Tipton gets a hold. It's like, hey, answer my email or call me or something. And Brian and I are looking at each other like, what are you? And so we open up the email. IU Health is in there. Best one is in there. It's like, we're idiots, but we're so sorry. You know?
It's been really cool.
But yeah, so if you don't mind,
no, please do.
Lisa Stokes Bayer Century 21 is our top diamond sponsor. Yep. Platinum sponsors, Moonlight Services, powder coating and plasma cutting. That's out of the Greentown area. Wow. Rocky Top Laser Designs. If anybody bought hats from us last year, that's them. Cool. Urban Homestead is also a platinum sponsor.
That's a good one.
Did you want to go through any of these?
No, you go right. You're doing a fantastic job.
And then Gold Level sponsor, East Street Provisions.
Cool.
Shout out to them and the 1844s. Tipton Ford, love having the car people on. Tipton Ford, Guffey's Garage, Jack's Wax of Lafayette, Mud Creek Metalworks out of Sharpsville. They are the fabricators, designers of the Veterans Park Bench.
Oh yeah,
that is being donated. Longtime staple, the South Pole. Pfeiffer's Fitness, Pfeiffer Edwards Insurance. Our shirts this year, if the public wants T-shirts, I think we can make that happen this year.
Yeah.
We connected with one of the farmers market vendors, Jessica Kendall Sparker, Sparky's Quirky Creations. So she's doing our merch this year. The Greenhouse Cafe / Love Bug Food Truck.
Yep.
Smash Burgers. Duke Energy, Dan Young Chevrolet GMC. Beck's Hybrids, Larson's and Sons Target Sports. That's out of Sheridan.
But they're from here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's cool.
Best One Tipton. They like what is happening so much. Their coupon in our pamphlet, they're opening the coupon to all stores based on the Jackwagon promo code. So there's people watching what's happening in Tipton right now.
That's fantastic.
Silver Level, Anchored in Hope, Jim Dandy, MPI, and then our Friends Level, Tipton Pizza King Subway, and in memory of Bobby Betts. So, yeah.
Just blessed. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's, and a lot of this portion of this money goes to, of course, we'll get to that later, but our scholarship and things that we do for the kids. And again, just totally our price point. You guys are cheap. Yeah, we don't want any more money.
Yeah,
we get exactly what we need.
Yeah,
do exactly what we want for.
Yep,
and it's cheap for you. We're going to promote the crap out of you.
Yeah,
make sure that we can do the best we can.
Well, you've offered a good segue. I wanted to get to the scholarship opportunity that I feel like is new for the organization. Yeah. Talking a little bit about that. Where's the idea come from? What is the support? What's the mission behind that?
When the club began and we started talking about things as we started growing, hey, let's see if we can be a 501c. So we started doing that. What was the things that
that's too hard. We can't do that. Well, we're a 501c3.
Right. So, but there was two main things that we wanted done. We thought would take a while. One was we love veterans, right? So obviously we did the veterans bench. It's good. It's gorgeous. Yep. So we got that out of the way. So we thought, well, we'll do a scholarship, not this year, but next year. Then all of a sudden we started looking at our funds. We're like, whoa, okay, we can do it this year. We can do 250. That's what the plan was. The goal is to do it at both our schools, right? Because I'm from Trust Central, he's from Tipton. Yep. But then all of a sudden we started getting a little more money. Yeah. So now we're very happy to announce that the two from Tipton are going to be two $500 scholarships.
Oh, wow.
So we're doubling $1,000 this year for that. And,
wow.
And with that being said, we're really focusing on the kid that'll be for a boy and a girl that wants to go to a 2-year associate's degree. Yeah. Yep. I think sometimes those kids are forgotten about a little bit on their stuff, and they're needed. I mean, trades are needed. I mean, girls that want to go cut hair, they may not have the money to buy their scissors and things. What do they want to use it for? We're going to give it away, and they can use it. Again, it's just giving back to those kids in the community. Yeah.
Is it going to be degree focused? Do they have to go into the trades? It's for a 2-year, but they could do something that's automotive related, construction related, welding related.
Absolutely. All the above. Yeah. So what we're doing with the scholarship, it does not have to be automotive related. Okay. Anything. In fact, that's actually how Duke Energy got involved. Okay. Their program. So there's a possibility our scholarship could end up being one of their linemen or line persons down the way. Yep. So it's just anything, a 2-year degree. It kind of comes from, part of the club is like, while we do love cars, we like making memories too.
Yep.
You know, and so the memories of our grandparents, they were trade people. Yeah. They worked with their hands.
Sure.
And so, because we're not anti-college, anti-4-year.
No, correct.
We're just pro making memories and just all that. So, but yeah, so anything like that, and like he said, for those people that cut their hair, you know, anybody that's going to go to cosmetology school, and if it's a matter of they might not have lunch, to eat, if you need to peel $10 off of that to go eat that day, because you know you can't focus hungry.
You're correct.
So and maybe it's a software program, maybe it's a computer enhancement, whatever it takes to get them down the road.
Yep.
I personally went to ITT, so I had gas money every night.
Yeah.
So but whatever it takes to keep them getting to class,
Yep.
yes, use it.
Correct. That's fantastic, and I mean it's exciting from your perspective to see. The goal was $250 scholarships. Because of the success, are now doubled that scholarship
in 2 years.
So I think just really helping that student get closer to that goal of getting the 2-year degree so that they can put those new skills to work. I think that's fantastic.
It still goes back to, as far as being able to do that, it goes back to every sponsor that gives money in our community made that happen. Yeah. All we did was have the luxury of handing that out.
You're right.
Okay.
Right.
That's the way we looked at that. I mean, they're the ones that made it happen.
Yeah.
We're just having fun. Yeah. We're just parking cars, having a blast. And it has absolutely nothing to do about us, really.
Sure.
I mean, it's the sponsors, the people that come to the cruise-ins and throw the $1 in a bucket for Hot Wheels for kids and so forth. And we just get the pleasure of
being a facilitator and all that.
Absolutely. And it's freaking amazing. That's the cool part about it.
2 years ago, when we did our first show specific to raise funds for the Veterans Park Bench, we had people double back to their wallet. They put in a 10 the first time, like, oh, it's for the veterans. Here's another 10, or here's another 20. Yep. The car people love supporting the kids and veterans.
Yeah.
So it's ironic that we're filming this during Passover week, because we use the word blessed all the time.
Yep.
Very much so.
Because we feel so out of control of the good things that are happening. Yeah. It's got to be something beyond a couple Jackwagons.
Well, again, you talk about the scholarship, and you just go on to like the Christmas, around Christmas time. Yep. We do a lot there with buying cars and Hot Wheels, and again, seeing that kid, it may be all they get. You know?
Sure.
And it's really just, it's cool to see that, to sit back and again to watch our older people go up on that stage with us and pass out that. I think that's going to be more to us, watching their face to be able to do it, finally get to do something like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited about this season with Jackwagon Car Club in the city of Tipton. You got a lot of shows lined up for the summer. I assumed you'll have the car show for the Pork Festival and the park again this year. That always seems to go really well. So super excited. Is there anything we've missed today that you would...
Yeah, honestly, the one thing that we want to push is that 4th of July.
Yes.
We're having a huge car show in the park on the 4th of July. He's had shows down there, and it's about 150 cars. With that being said, we're having 2 food trucks down there. One's his family. We're bringing one for the Muncie area, and she's going to have fresh strawberry shortcakes, he says.
Wow.
And hopefully we can expand this a little bit more and have a little bit more fun. So that car show specifically is for our scholarship stuff.
Yeah, I think we're hopeful to work with you guys on, of course, we've got the July 4th fireworks display. We really want to make this more of a day-long celebration of our nation's independence. And so I think we're trying to work together to see, can we do some kind of parade with the cars or just celebrate the car show? So glad you made that mention, because we're excited about that.
Yeah. We'll get something done for sure, right? I mean, it's what it's what it's about for sure.
I've got a couple muskets. We could put a Chevy and a Ford against each other.
A classic duel.
Yeah, a classic duel. And I would also like to say, just remind people, we've had a few people that didn't realize that the cruise-ins were not like paid to walk through.
Oh yeah.
The cruise-ins downtown, the bands during cruise-in nights, that's all free. Yep. You know, come down, have fun. Yes, you have to pay for your food truck and all that stuff.
Again, the sponsors paid for that stuff. Yeah. The sponsors gave money for the bands and stuff and other people. And you'd be amazed. Last year, real quick, during our 'Tis the Season, I was passing off pamphlets that we had left over and talking to people. and you'd be amazed about that's free. Like, what do you mean? You didn't know it's free? Yeah, heck yeah, come have a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we definitely need to find a way that we can communicate a little bit better with our community on that. What's the answer? We don't know.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna start we're gonna make some nice.
Maybe a podcast.
Well, I mean,
Here we are.
Yeah. See you next week. No.
Live from the Donkey Arena.
Oh boy.
And then the last thing I'll say is just want to reach out. We do have an idea because I think we're going to do some yard games during. I don't want to put too much out there, but we're going to do some yard games. We do have a person that we do want to ask specifically. But you don't have to own a car if you want to come help us do registration. Again, even 1 hour gives Brian and I a 1 hour chance to make. If you can help a half an hour or an hour, we've talked about Kids Zone. I hope it's going to work out. We've been communicating with a slot car club out of Kokomo that is working on building a portable slot car track to bring up.
Yeah.
Again, a half an hour or an hour, you have no idea the impact that will make for one of us to be able to do that. You do not have to own a car. If you've ever seen my car, you know you don't have to own a nice car to come hang out with us.
You can go to our breakfast club that we were doing.
Yeah.
I know we missed out. We got to get going. But the breakfast club, we had a ton of people just coming and talking.
Yeah.
Again, it's about community.
Yep.
And it's about the love of cars and it's about the love of people.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Have a good time.
Car people's trying to show love through cars and people.
Yeah.
We do it all.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you, Heath. Thank you, Brian. This has been a lot of fun chatting about this, celebrating your guys' success thus far, even shout outs to your supporters and introducing us to your scholarship opportunity that you'll be unveiling this year. So appreciate your guys' time. Be on the lookout for the promotions for the car shows that are coming up. The first one is on May 2nd.
Yes, sir.
They'll have the Time Travelers. They're partnering with the First Fridays group. So be on the lookout for that. Put it on your calendar. Make downtown Tipton a destination for May 2nd. So thanks again for your participation today. My name is Kegan Schmicker, Mayor of the City of Tipton, and thanks for tuning in.